I want to talk to you about my experience as a Doordash driver and share with you 5 things that I wish I would have known before I started. If you're new to Doordash and considering becoming a driver, this video is for you, so let's dive right in. Doordash pay structure. The first thing I wish I knew before starting Doordash as a driver is the pay structure. Doordash uses a base pay system, which means that you receive a flat fee for each order you do based on the time and the distance of that. However, what you may not know is that Doordash also uses tips to supplement the base pay. This means that if customers tip you, Doordash will reduce the amount they pay you for each delivery. Mind things like this when you're accepting orders, as you may end up with a lower payout than expected, right? And to add on to that, you know, Doordash hides tips. So you may accept the order and you may find yourself getting more after completing that delivery because Doordash likes to hide tips. And for what reason? I kind of suspect that it's to make it an even playing field for the newer drivers, because us veteran drivers are able to identify hidden tips with certain markers on any particular order, right? So that's just to be said, look out for that new driver. Second thing I wish I knew before starting as a Doordash driver is how to accept orders. When you receive an order, you have a limited time to accept that order before it's offered to another driver. And it's important to consider the distance of the delivery, the estimated payout, and the restaurant before accepting the order, okay? If you accept the order that's too far away and the payout is too low, you may end up wasting your time and gas money, or actually end up working for free. And I know you don't want to be out here working for free, because look, check this out, and you subtract your mileage, your wear and tear on your vehicle, that's almost acceptable. So this is why it's important to keep these things in mind when you're accepting Doordash orders. Hotspots and scheduling. The thing I wish I knew about hotspots and scheduling is hotspots are an area where Doordash predicts you're gonna have a high demand for delivery. But that don't mean there's gonna be deliveries over there when you get there. A lot of times when you see a red zone or a hotspot, that's because orders had just came out of that area. And then they trying to entice you to go over there because they know orders came out of there. But that does not guarantee that your next order is gonna come from a hotspot. You're more likely to receive an order from a restaurant that has a promotion going on the Doordash app. So if you flip open the Doordash consumer app, you can see what restaurants or what merchants in your area are offering promotions like free delivery, you know, some type of credit. These are gonna be the places that have the most orders going out on that select day that we talking about you going out and working. So not to say don't pay attention to the hotspots, but don't let those be your be-all, say-all for making your decision on where you want to go. Use your noggin, open up your consumer app, and see what restaurants are offering promotions, because those are going to be where most of the customers are going to be ordering from. In addition, scheduling your shifts in advance can help you receive more orders and maximize your earnings. Me, myself, I like to go ahead and schedule myself for 2-hour increments. That way, if something else go on, you know, I'm multi-apping, I have an emergency, I still can get back on in that next 2-hour increment. If you schedule yourself for a full day dash and then something happens, well, guess what? You just lost your dash for the full day. Now, you may be able to get back on the schedule. You may be able to hit dash now. But I find that it's easier if you schedule yourself in 2 or 2.5 hour increments throughout the day. That way you always got a spot to get in where you fit in. But if something happened, you ain't gotta let it be the captain. So that's what I'm talking about right there. Make sure you maximizing with that scheduling and using it to your advantage, especially if you have multiple zones in your little work area, in your little work bubble that you can kind of work and jump between. Use that to your advantage. It's very important. It's also important to pay attention to the peak times, such as weekends, dinner hours, and your scheduling shifts. So let's talk about customer service for a second. The fourth thing I wish I knew as a Doordash driver is the importance of customer service. And when I say the importance of customer service, I really mean the importance of the ratings that the customer is going to give you based on your service. Now, there's going to be times where you get a bad rating, and it may be because they had a bad experience with the previous driver. Ain't going to be nothing you can do about that. But here's something you can do. Make sure you use that hot bag, right? Make sure you communicate with your customer. Make sure you're being polite and professional when doing your Doordash deliveries. That way you can maximize and increase your earnings right along with your ratings. Let's go. It's important to be polite, professional with the customers, even if they rude, right? Now, I'm a YouTuber, so I can clap back. But if you out there trying to make your money, don't be rude to the customer, because it's not going to benefit you in the end. If I clap back, I'm going to get it on video and they're going to go viral. Right? And I might go viral too, so it might benefit me. But for the average dasher out there who just trying to make their money, they live part-time or full-time money, they ain't trying to be no content creator, Be nice to the customer, even if they be rude to you, because in the end, you being rude to them is only gonna negatively impact your DoorDash account. And I have seen instances where customers have reported Dashers, and DoorDash will believe anything that the customer say when it comes to safety, harassment, or even a customer just making a false claim against a Dasher. They're gonna believe the customer first and then ask questions later. And in the meantime, you could be deactivated on the sidelines, not making no money. So it's very important that you make sure that you being polite and courteous to the customers, especially when they be rude to you, because you don't want to mess up your money. Not for no, customer that's, don't let them determine your money. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, look, so let's touch on one more topic. So we know it's important to be nice to them, even if they're being rude, yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, let's talk about if you have missing items or incorrect items on the order, right? It's very important that you communicate this with the customer, because this can be, the deciding factor if they give you that negative rating or not, right? So make sure you're communicating properly with the customer in the event that they have missing or incorrect items, because trust me, it will happen. This is only a matter of time. Let's touch on vehicle maintenance for a minute. The last and final thing I wish I knew as a DoorDash driver is the importance of vehicle maintenance. You're gonna be putting a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle, especially driving long distances and during the peak traffic times. It's important that you keep such as getting regular oil changes, them tire rotation. Additionally, you may want to consider purchasing a fuel efficient vehicle like a hybrid or something like that. And there you have it. 5 things I wish I knew before starting as a DoorDash driver. Look, keeping these tips in mind can extremely maximize your earnings, make you have a more enjoyable experience as a Dasher. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.